Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the control techniques, traditional and modern. The need of the effective control is a business cannot be denied because the basis of success in the business is effective control. This side Dr. Deepak Manocha, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management, SD College, Ambala, Kent, Haryana. With the passage of time, latest control techniques have been invented and the old techniques have been improved. From the point of view of the study, the control technique can be divided into the following two parts: conventional or traditional control techniques, and second is contemporary or modern control techniques. Both the types of control technique have been shown in the following diagram. Traditional technique include budgetary control, break-even point analysis, statistical data, special report, operational audit, personal observation, and in the modern technique, zero-based budgeting, responsibility accounting, management audit, management information system, program network analysis, in which program evaluation and review technique and the critical path methods. We shall now study both the type of control technique in the detail. First of all, we will discuss about the conventional or traditional technique. First technique is budgetary control. Budgetary control is the most popular system of the managerial control. It aims at controlling with the help of budgets. And what is a budget? A budget is a quantitative expression of the plan of action. It means that a budget reflects the financial or quantitative outline of what is to be done in the future. So budgetary control refers to the technique of control which uses budget as a mean of control. It's a process of comparing the actual result with the corresponding budget data in order to approve accomplishment or to remedy difference by either adjusting the budget estimates or correcting the cause of difference. It means that when the different activities of the business enterprise are sought to be controlled with the help of budgets. So under the budgetary control, system of management and accounting control by which all operation and output are forecast as far ahead as possible, and the actual results when known are compared with the budget estimate, and according to the deviations, corrective actions are taken. Next technique is break-even point analysis. It means the level of production where the total revenue of the organization equal to its total cost. The break-even analysis helps managers to decide level of production, sales for the profit for the organization. The break-even point show the level of production and the sale where the business suffer neither loss nor obtain some gain. It means the cost of production and the sale price are both equal, and the aim of the manager is to complete this level and after that earning the profit, because on this level there is a no profit, no loss. Manager perform all their functions keeping in the view of break-even point. Now the question arises how to study the break-even point, helping control. By learning about the break-even point, it becomes clear to the managers that if the production or sales go lower than the determined break-even point quantity or in the value term, the enterprise shall have to face the loss. Therefore, the manager perform all their functions keeping in the view of this objective. Next technique is statistical data. Under this technique, the statistics for the previous year regarding the various activity of the organization are collected to reach the conclusions. For example, the tendency of the sales can be understood on the basis of statistics regarding sales of the previous year. By analyzing them, we can reach on the conclusion whether a sale will improve or decline in the future. Statistical data is a technique in which refer to the control technique which use previous year data for the purpose of control. The importance of this statistical cannot be underestimate by the observing that they related to the previous years and have no relevance for the future. They help for the decision making as well as for the predicting the sales. They help them making forecasts regarding the future activities. They are taken as a sort of challenge or warning for the future. Next technique is special report. Special reports are prepared in order to control some special problem. Daily statistical reports cannot be a much help in this direction. For example, suppose that the production costs are regularly increasing in a company, and statistical figures can tell about the increase but not tell about the reason of it, the cause of it. Sometimes even with the best effort, the production manager, the cause of the mounting production cost cannot be located. Such a situation require a special report. This report can be prepared by some senior manager working in the organization. The help of some outside inquiry agency or some management expert can also be obtained. This report tells about the detailed information about the cause of the problem. In India, National Productivity Council performs the function of special inquiry and preparing the special reports. Next is operational or internal audit. It's the most important technique of the control. The work of internal audit is performed by the internal auditors who happen to be the employee of the enterprise. He makes an independent inquiry into the financial and other activity of the organization. Apart from this, he evaluates the plan of the organization, highlight the weakness, and suggest way to overcome them. Internal audit is a regularly operating which keep the employees ever alert. Next is personal observation. In reality, there is no system of control where can be successfully implemented in the absence of personal observation or supervision. In order to find out whether the employee are working with their complete dedication or not, it is important to get information of their behavior, and this information can only obtained by the personal observation only. No other reports like budget report, charts, internal audits, they are incapable of giving information about behavior. The manager himself from time to time should go to the place of work and observe the employees working. By doing so, the good effect of the employee, they work with the complete dedication and honesty because of the fear of the surprise visit of the manager. So it's a most important technique and it's always used by the organization, and it refers to the control technique which the manager by the periodically time to time observing the subordinate trying to change their negative attitude toward the work. Now we will discuss about the modern techniques of the control. Number one is zero-based budgeting. It means the control tool which required manager to justify their entire budget request as fresh rather than simply referring to budget amount established in the previous year. It means zero-based budgeting is a particular period of time in which previous budgets are ignored and not taken as a base. All the informations are collected by the manager, and according to the information, a new budget is prepared. And the greatest benefit of this budget, this type of budget, is weakness of the previous years are not repeated, and forecasting in the respect of each item is made keeping in view and in the new situation. This method of budgeting can be understood with the help of the example. For example, a company prepared a budget of last year of production of 2,000 units, and this year company want to produce 2,500 units. The traditional method is that we have required a new 500 units, so accordingly we can adjust our cost accordingly. But new budget will be ready, but in the zero-based budgeting, all the cost of the 2,500 units are compared as a fresh, not taken as a information from the last year. Doing all the work in the current manner, and accordingly we will adjust, and we will adjust accordingly. And in addition to this, in the coming years, sometimes all the information are collected in the same year. It is a particular period of time, and the previous budget is not taken in at its base in this method. It may keeping in view the new situations, and it will help to study the environmental factor, and we have to study the various internal and external factors for making a budget. It helps us to know about our weakness, strength, and what are the opportunity for us and what are the threats for us. So it helps us accordingly. Next is responsibility accounting. There are the two major parts of the managerial accounting. Firstly is the production cost accountancy, and second is responsibility accounting. Production cost accounting keep an account of the cost of the produced material, whereas the responsible accounting an account of responsibility of the people is kept. It refers to the accounting system under which each department head is made responsible for the performing of his department. In simple, we can say it is a system of accounting under which each department head is made responsible for the performance of his department, and all the informations and all the aspect tasks, the particular head is responsible for that. It's an important technique of the controlling. Next is management audit. It's an important modern system of the control under which efficiency of the managers at all the level is tested. Under this method, work is performed by the management auditors, whose appointment is made by the board of directors. He judges the two things. One is quality of the managerial decisions, and second is the efficiency of the management methods. After making the inquiry, the management auditor presents his report to the board of directors and makes suggestion for the improvement. Next is Management Information System, MIS. The efficiency of the business depends on the facts as to how quickly a corrective action is taken on the deviation. In order to make immediate corrective action at the latest, accurate and timely information should be available. It is possible through only MIS. MIS is a system under which there is an arrangement of the collection, storing, processing and distribution of information. This system makes use of computers and the many other equipments, and which helps for providing the information which will be helpful in the decision making. So management information system is a data controlling technique which is used to provide the management with the needed information on the regular basis. MIS helps make the work of the decision making and control a lot more easier. It helps in the decision making as well as. Next technique is program network analysis. Under this we will learn two techniques. One is PERT, program evaluation and review technique, and second is critical path method. First of all, we will discuss about the PERT. It is used to control time to be spent on the project, which is absolutely new. It is used for the new projects. It means the project which is which give no information in respect of their completion. Under PERT, the entire project divided into the different stages or events, and after the efforts is made to know the time that will be required or move from the one event to the next event. So under this we have a study about the timings for the particular project, and accordingly under the PERT we have a following procedure. First of all, we have deciding the activities and the event. What is the activity? It refers to an action that take place between two events in a PERT. And what is the event? It refers to the end point which represents the completion of a major activity in a PERT network. The first step was to deciding the activity and events. Second is preparation of the chart. Preparation of the charts. 3, estimation of the times, best condition, normal condition, worst condition, according to the activities we have decided, and deciding the critical path. It is used to control time to be spent on the project which are totally new. It refers to the method of scheduling new, large and complex projects. Under this method, the entire project is divided into the different stages or events or activities. Next is critical path method. It's also controlling technique which is used to check the cost in the works project conducted repeatedly. It lay more stress on the activities. It is an effort to make the optimum use of resources at the minimum cost. If we differentiate both the PERT and the CPM, PERT is used in the completely for the new project like manufacturing a particular car, while CPM is used in the project where there is some experience in this field, for example building construction, road construction, etc. The chief difference between both the system is time estimates. Since PERT is used in the entire new project and the time is in respect of the different activities uncertain, hence the method of the 3 estimate of the time is used. On the other hand, under the CPM is used in respect activities done repeatedly and which make the time in respect of these activities generally certain. PERT take the more stress on the time element. On the other hand, CPM give an effort to make the optimum use of resources at a minimum cost. PERT lay more stress on the events. On the other hand, CPM lay more stress on the activities. Thank you very much.